Good evening. My name is Mike Bush. If you pay attention to the ballot, it may say Michael. Keep that in mind. My father is Osler Bush. My mother is Myrtle Bush. My wife is Nina McCumber. My children are Wisse, Travis, and Cheryl. We have an opportunity here for those people who are incumbent council members, is that most of the issues that we have to deal with on a regular basis are being addressed or being brought up as issues right now. Well, I have the opportunity to be able to say to you that these issues are addressed. People on council do pay attention. People on council do work on all of these things that have been expressed so far, and there'll be more. And I made a couple of notes just to remind myself. It's the 10 agreements. A lot of confusion about 10 agreements. I specifically, somebody asked me if this was going to come up, so I specifically got the list. And what it amounts to is agreement on child care. If we want to get rid of step by step, we can eliminate that agreement. We've got an agreement on economic development. May not be working extraordinarily well, but the AIF funding that Daywood gets comes through this agreement. Agreement on the administration of justice. It's not working. Never has from the beginning. It was a failure from the start. Agreement on police services. We want to get rid of this agreement. We can shut down the peacekeepers. Working document on professional combat sports. Council's been getting a couple of, quite a few requests, in fact, to set up MMA events on the territory. This agreement, when it was done, was the first IFC, International Fighting Championship, or what was it they called it? Anyway, it was the first event in Quebec, and us working with Quebec made it possible to legitimate, to legalize MMA fighting in the province of Quebec. Now it's all over the country. It's all over the United States. Okay. Believe it or not, there was a working document relating to video lottery terminals, machines. Okay? It was council that turned around and canceled that agreement. Curiously, 10 years later, if we had that agreement up and running today, we would have been in a position to negotiate with Quebec on gaming. Online gaming, MIT, all of these things that have happened subsequently, we would have been in a position to open up that discussion on gaming if we had that agreement working. It's not working. All right. This one I get a real kick out of. The agreement on the taxation of consumer goods and services. This is the agreement that allows us, the only Indians in Quebec, to step off the reserve and enjoy tax exemption. It may be minor, but we're the only Indians in Quebec that can still do this. Jeez. The one that everybody has most trouble with, agreement on taxation of tobacco, petroleum, and alcohol products. Never did work, not from day one. Couldn't get it up and running. So it's non-existent. No point in talking about it because it's not there. Okay, the last one was on transport and user fees. We get $2.5 million a year, no strings, no questions asked. We get it because that agreement is in place today. Okay? With regard to Quebec and Canada, we have to talk to them. They're out there. They are making laws which they think apply to us. If you don't have in council somebody who is constantly fighting with them to tell them that your law cannot apply on the territory of Ganawage, the whole thing. There's questions and answers later.